Okay, let's talk about partnership your way. Now, this is going to be relevant to, well, it's relevant to every Black lawyer, every aspiring lawyer. It's a big question, I think, for anyone of any ethnicity entering private practice. But as a Black lawyer, I want to argue that's an even bigger question. Because for you, going all the way to the top is going to mean navigating the Black experience. It's going to mean getting into bed with or partnering up with people who are different to you. And also, this is the ultimate achievement, isn't it? It's held as the ultimate achievement, or perceived as being that, in an industry that you worked really, really hard to get into, and you've been working hard to succeed in since you first decided you wanted to be a lawyer, right? So this is a really key question. And what I want for all of you, whether you are literally making the decision about being partner now, or you're at the beginning of your career, anticipating that that's a question that you will ask yourself one day, what I share with you today is going to be really useful. And I hope that it's going to inform a lot of the decisions you make from now on. All right. Now, to put this in context, inspiration for this particular session for Partnership Your Way came, as it often does, from inside Be the First. Now, for those of you who are new to me and you have no experience of Be the First is my signature career progression program for mid to senior Black lawyers who want to progress to the next level. Now, that doesn't always mean progressing to partnership, but it often means progressing to partnership. So this question comes up in Be the First. I coach on this topic a lot. And the question is always, should I or shouldn't I go for partnership? One thing I want to also add by way of clarification, if you have been thinking about joining the Be the First, I know some of you have this idea that you need to be absolutely clear and certain about what your goal is before you join, about what your progression point is before you decide to join the room. And what I want to offer is this is one of the really important and valuable ways that I can help you, as will be evidenced by this session. So many of my clients join knowing they want to progress, feeling a bit stuck, feeling a little bit left behind, but not necessarily knowing what they want that progression to look like. And they join the program and I help them to understand that. I help them to get clarity on that. Okay. So that's exactly what has happened with the client I'm going to share with you as an example. That's exactly what her experience was. She didn't have any clarity and now she's absolutely clear. That's a bit of a spoiler alert. Let me take you back to today's session. All right, so today we had what I call the month-end progress review. So it's the end of January 2025 at the time of recording, and we had our progress review. And in that session, okay, well, actually, let me tell you about the progress review and what we do in that, because again, it gives you an insight into the work we do together inside Be the First. So every month we have these reviews, and in these reviews, we are recognizing your wins, where I'm keeping you on track. One of the things that I'm fiercely proud of, and I want you to know for when you join, and that is that your progress within this program is very tangible. It is measurable, and I support you to progress in a way that is also sustainable. So those three core things are clear. They're like core values for my coaching programs. So you always know when you join, you are going to have progressed over the 6-month period. You are going to know you are on track. You will be able to quantify that progress, articulate. You'll know exactly how you progressed, and you will know how much value you are getting for the money that you pay to join. So I wanted to just take the opportunity to share that with you because it's a feature of Be the First coaching that you won't necessarily find everywhere else, and I'm very proud of, and really is designed to serve you and guarantee you results under this program. All right, so this, when you join, will be your experience every month. You'll have that accountability. You'll have the support of the group as we share each other's progress. And most importantly, we'll have the experience of celebrating each other, the celebration you get from those around you. All right, so today was so amazing, as the progress reviews always are. They're kind of possibly my favorite part of the month. But what was amazing about today was the evident transformation in one of my clients in particular. So she went from, not in the space of one session, this is in the space of a couple of months, she went from everybody tells me that I should go for partner. Everyone tells me I have to go for partner. They keep telling me what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not sure I want to. She went from that to, I am clear, I am certain that I want it, and that doing it my way is 100% within my control. Let me repeat that. I'm clear that I want it, and I'm doing it my own way is 100% within my control. Now, two things to note there. First of all, being clear and certain that she wanted it. That in and of itself, the transformation from, I don't know, everyone's telling me it's what I should do, I'm feeling under pressure, to, no, this is what I want, that transformation is huge. That, I promise you, is the difference between not just how you show up to the partnership process, so if you feel coerced into it, versus when you feel you've chosen it. It's not just absolutely like fundamentally impacts that, who you are in that process, but it will continue to impact you when you get there. The person who ends up being partner by default, because it was like all part of a wave of momentum that they were riding and the pressure for them to keep going, and it was just the obvious next step. Somebody who ends up a partner in that scenario has a very different experience of partnership than the person who chooses partnership, who is intentional about it, who decides it's what you want and then creates that result, and then you succeed in achieving it. So different. So it's going to make a difference to both the likelihood of your success in making partner and then the likelihood of you being successful at partnership level. Okay, I can't overstate quite how massive a difference that is, purely from the perspective of you choosing, you deciding to want it. So I want you to think about that for yourself. Imagine feeling that certain about going for partnership yourself, having gone from I don't really know and all the fears you have around it to, oh my gosh, I know, and it's totally within my control. This is what coaching and Be the First can do for you. And this is the transformation. If you are that person who's unsure and feeling pressured, this is the transformation that you can have too when you join. So I'm really excited for you for when that moment comes, because it just sets the tone and changes your whole relationship with your career, which is what we want, in a way that is going to be so instrumental in your progress. Okay. So let's talk about you now. Leave my client to the side for one moment. Let's talk about where I imagine you are, especially, and I'm talking to those of you who are at that mid to senior level now. You're thinking, so many of you are thinking, I don't think I want to be partner. And I want to offer that the only reason you're thinking that is because of how you imagine being a partner will be. And specifically, because you're thinking that being a partner means you won't be able to be authentic. It's your fear that you won't be able to do it your way, to lead your way, have your leadership style. It's your fear that you will have to become someone that you're not. That's a key fear that you have if you're there thinking, I'm not sure if I want to be partner. There's also the fear, and I hear this all the time, that you will lose something you already have. And in particular, you will lose your work-life balance, or you'll lose something that's important to you. In other words, it's the fear of what you might have to give up in order to become a partner. Now, if this is you and this is resonating, then the first thing I want to tell you is you are not alone. I think I've already set the stage by giving you the example of what I see in Be the First all the time. You're not alone with these fears. And actually, honestly, I think as a Black lawyer, those fears are very justified. How else can you interpret the fact that you look up and the whole partnership is white? Like, it is normal and inevitable even that you might fear that you might have to become like people who are different to you and that feel inauthentic. That seems really natural. So I just want to acknowledge you for that. So you're not alone. And I think that's totally normal. It's not a problem. But what I want to offer is a solution that's going to free you from the limitations of that. Because what that's really saying underneath that fear of who you might have to be or what it will require of you that's inauthentic, what's underneath that is a lack of confidence in your ability to do it your way. A lack of belief that your way is enough for you to both succeed in becoming partner, but also to be successful as a partner. So the solution I want to offer you is so simple, but it genuinely is the key. It was the catalyst for my clients' complete transformation. Here's the solution I want to offer for you to really think about and really embrace. Believe that you can do partnership your way. You can do it your way. Just that. Just change your thinking about what it will mean when you become partner, or what it will take for you to become partner. What I want to offer is you can do it your way. There's a way to do partnership your way. And this is the way, this is the first point, or the starting point, right, for being able to do that. It has to start with your belief that it is possible for you. So this is what we did, the work we did with my client. And here are some of the results that she has had. And by the way, I'm just giving you the example of the client that I was coaching this morning. I've had so many clients come through, be the first, who have had this transformation of going, I mean, for some, it's been more gradual. And then for others, it's literally been like, I'm thinking of one of my lawyers who, like, in the middle of a session, she just burst out, I want it. I'm ready. Like, I realize I want to be partner. I'm ready for it now. So here are the results, like, and examples that I'm seeing of how this has worked for other people, so that you can see the power of you just choosing to believe that you can do partnership your way. And number one, your confidence in you and in your way of doing things is going to grow. It will grow from your belief that you can do partnership your way. And what's going to happen is everybody else's confidence in you and in your ability to do it your way, and in that way being good, and not just good enough, but actually highly valuable, that will grow too. So your confidence grows, their confidence grows. And your belief that you can do partnership your way means you're also going to be open to, but also you're going to just see so many opportunities to do exactly that, to do it your way, to do it like in a way that it perhaps hasn't been done before, but is how you would choose to do it. And the result of that, your confidence, other people's confidence in you, you seeing all of these opportunities, and also like having the courage and confidence to continue doing things your way, to go for partnership your way, what's going to happen is you are going to find yourself partnering your way. So you're going to be successful in making partner. And when you make partner, you will be partnering your way. Okay, all of this is the byproduct. It's the outcome. It's the result of you just deciding, just believing my way to be partner is possible, it's good enough, it's valuable. All right. So let's think about the impact of that. This would mean you going for partnership, you being willing to do it your way. It would mean you fulfilling your potential. And I've been thinking a lot recently about the wider implications of your decisions and your courage and your confidence to go for what you want in this industry, to stay in this industry and fulfill your potential and keep going. Like how uplifting that is for your friends and family to see you doing that, to see you thriving and succeeding. How inspiring it is for your team or for anyone who looks up to you, what a role model you can be. But also even wider, like the ripple effect of this, how empowering it is for your community to see you succeeding and going all of the way to the top, to see you changing the colour and the face of partnership where you are. The effects are so, like the ripple effects are so broad. And I never encourage or even suggest that those should be a motivation or a reason for you going to partnership. Let's be clear about this. Like what I teach, I never teach like the motivation to go for partnership or to go for a goal to be the impact it has on other people before it's about the impact it has on you. For me, that has to come first. And then there's the ripple effect down, which you have anyway, without any sense of obligation. I'm always really clear on this, that your decision to progress does not bring with it or confer on it an obligation for you to progress other people. I know some people have different opinions about that, and I might cover that in a separate podcast to get just a little bit deeper into the motivation behind that. But I wanted to make sure there's no confusion here as I talk about the ripple effect of your decision to go for partnership and to do partnership your way. I want to make sure that you're not confusing that with that ripple effect with a sense of obligation. It most definitely doesn't. Now, for sure, having heard this very simple solution, it's pretty simple to say, just believe you can do it your way. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Like, and how do you actually do that? For sure, that's one of your questions. You may be thinking, well, hang on a minute, I can't just decide to believe that, especially when I look around me and I don't see any evidence of that being true. So you're probably thinking that. And you're also probably thinking, because I hear this all the time within the coaching, in our coaching sessions, and it's what I coach on, like just believing that isn't enough. Surely it can't be enough. It's about the system. It's about the nature of this organization. It's about how firmly entrenched the ideas are and the culture is. So if that's your objection, I've heard that too. I understand that. Another objection I hear and actually my son gave me this when we were talking about something completely unrelated, but it was a similar context in relation to a goal he had. And he said, I can't just trick myself into believing something or thinking something. And I'm like, absolutely, you can't trick yourself, but what you can do is you can choose to practice believing something until you do actually believe it's true. There's no trickery there. You're being very intentional about what you want to do. It's a bit like being really intentional about, I don't know why, I'm thinking about working out right now because I'm still recovering from having worked out in the park yesterday and how muddy and cold and horrible it was. But I'm thinking about how we, like, do I trick myself into going to the park in the rain and in the mud to work out when what I really want to do is ideally, not that that was really the alternative, but what I really want to do is be under a duvet right at home, hiding from the cold, right? Am I tricking myself by telling myself that this is going to be really beneficial for me? It's going to make me fitter. It's going to make me stronger. It's going to make me more, have more vitality, more energy. I'm not tricking myself by telling myself what's waiting for me on the other side of the hard thing I'm asking myself to do. And so this is similar. Like, this isn't tricking anything. This is helping you to see that just practicing believing something makes that belief stronger and stronger. And on the other side of that is who you want to be, is what's possible for you, is your goal of partnership your way. So what I want to offer you is, don't worry too much about the ins and outs of, but how do I believe in something? How do I change my beliefs? How can my beliefs be big enough to override or overcome the ingrained culture of my organization? I don't want you to get caught up with that. I teach you all of that inside Be the First. I literally teach you how powerful your thoughts are as the starting point to drive the emotions and the actions that influence and impact everything around you, influence and impact everybody around you, and influence and impact the results that you have the power to create. That is what coaching does. That's what it's about. If you've ever thought, I'm tempted to join Be the First, but I don't really know what coaching does or how it will work and whether I'll know it worked and how my life will be different. If you have any of that uncertainty about the coaching program, number one, I want to offer, if you're a mid to senior level Black lawyer, jump on a call with me. I'll answer all those questions. Or otherwise, and I've created 2 or 3 podcasts at least on what coaching is, the power of coaching, how it works, and why it is, for me, the most extraordinarily powerful tool. And the greatest gift I have is to be able to help change people's lives by teaching them these skills, teaching them that you can change what you believe, teaching them that by choosing to believe in the result you want to create for yourself, you then go to work and the circumstances around you then shape themselves to help you create that result. I promise you. So I don't want you to worry about the mechanics of how it works. I want you to take home the message. If you are someone who has been sitting on the fence about whether you want to be partner, I want you to take home the message. First of all, join Be the First. If you're a mid to senior level Black lawyer, I can help you with that. But either way, to take home the message that you can do partnership your way. I've given you an example of just one of my clients who've had that transformation and who is on such an incredible track to making partner and is just really coming into her own. I wish I could share with you all of the different results she talked about in this session. One of them in particular was an example she gave to me is how, like, now when something really challenging happens, like it's a curveball thrown her way, like on top of an already challenging situation, this is the nature of her work, like when that happens, her like turnaround time is so much shorter now because she's bought into this idea she can do it her way. So she's firing on all cylinders. She's speaking in meetings that before she didn't have the courage to speak up in, and she was keeping her thoughts and comments to herself, right? She's doing, can you see how her thought, her belief that she can be a partner her way is fueling the actions that are making her a more and more valuable and more credible partnership candidate. And the feedback she's getting is a reflection of that. So I want to offer you, if you're sitting on this decision, if you're unsure, if the idea of having to be someone you're not, to be inauthentic, is putting you off going for partnership, you can do partnership your way. And if you'd like my help with that, then book a consult call. Let's get on, have a chat about what your goal might be. Let's talk through all of those reservations, and I can talk you through how I help you resolve those in Be the First and how we can work together to progress you to partnership. All right, that's it from me. Nice and short this week. Take away that key message. You can be a partner your way. This is how we're changing not just your life so you can fulfill your potential. This is how we're changing our families, our friends, our communities, right? And also being an inspiration for those who are following behind us. All right, have a beautiful week. I'll be back next time. Bye for now.